Hello, my dear friends. I'm back to Europe, I'm back to Poland, and I'm super happy about it. I've decided to share with you some most important thoughts and impressions after my stay in the US. There were many things I really liked. For example, I liked the fact that this time I could see 3 states at the same time. At the same time, one by one, of course, because as you know, if you follow me on Facebook, firstly, I went to New York. I spent my Christmas there. Then I went to Florida and I spent my New Year's Eve there. Then I went to California and I spent nearly my entire January. And then I came back to Florida. And then from Florida, I came back to Europe, to Poland. I'm very happy about the opportunity of developing my skills, raising my qualifications, gaining even bigger experience in the field of pronunciation, articulation, accent coaching in general. I'm also very happy, I'm delighted to know that there are such amazing accent trainers out there. I'm also, amazed by the fact how many differences there are among us, also in terms of not only methods and techniques that we use, but also approach towards our work. And this is something that I will elaborate on a little bit later. I like the fact that I could develop my research, that I could continue my study on the topic, that I could listen to hundreds of different speakers, hundreds of different recordings, that I read many books, that I wrote some papers, that I prepared some presentations, and that I could get to know many different methods, although I'm not really sure if I agree with many of them, also regarding the choice of wording, but this is something that I will record in Polish some other day. I'm also very happy that I could prove, mostly to myself, but maybe also to others, that the issue that I've always known existed is more serious than we might think, which is the problem of accent in the US. Because you might think that Americans are happy just because they are in the US and they speak the way they do. No, there are so many people out there who are ashamed by the way they speak. There are people from particular states that they know that they sound in a particular way, showing quite clearly where they are from, and they don't feel happy about it. They would like to change it. There are people who come from Texas, for example, or some other very specific states, or also such states like, for example, Boston. Such cities like Boston and the area around it that we could never really expect that there could be something wrong about it. And still, there are some people with a very strong Boston accent that feel very unhappy about the way they sound and they would like to change it. There are also people from many other states, like for example Ohio, who feel worse than they sound the way they do. And these are things that you wouldn't really know just like this, because very often it takes a lot of time for people to open up, or simply it's such kind of taboo that people don't want to talk about it. So it was very inspirational for me to be able to talk to so many different people about their experience and find out that the problem of accents is not just a matter of like a foreigner's problem. It's a problem of many people. Maybe you know that there are plenty of people from Northern England who are ashamed of the way they sound, because maybe you know that for many years Northern English accent was considered to be a so-called primitive one. That very often these people would have roles of villains, so bad characters, thieves, dishonest people. My friend wrote a thesis about problems of people from Northern England regarding finding a decent job in London, because there are such differences also when it comes to perception of a Northern English accent in London. And there are similar issues, believe it or not, when it comes to American accent in the US. And I'm very happy that I could go there, talk with many people, actually realize and prove, as I said, to myself, but also to some, for example, students of mine, that such problem is omnipresent, is there, and it's more widespread, it's more common than we might think. I'm also very happy about having the longest holiday of my life, although even though I didn't work the way I normally do, I worked in a little bit different way on my papers, research, study, presentations, and many other things. It was very refreshing, and it was good for my mental and intellectual hygiene. What I'm not very happy about is, as I said before, realizing that there are some people in the field, in the field of accent coaching, who are very specifically selective, to put it nicely. So believe it or not, but there are people out there, accent coaches, who don't believe that you can change your accent if you are not an English native speaker, or if you are not an actor. And that was the biggest disappointment of my entire stay. There are people whose mission, whose aim should be to help other people make their dreams come true about speaking a particular way, be it speaking clearly, speaking correctly, getting rid of the particular accent, or acquiring a chosen one. This should be the mission, the organic feeling and sense of belonging, sense of commitment, I think, because I am very committed to my work. But there are people who believe that, okay, they can work with the client, but only if the client is an English native speaker. So, for example, exactly such American or such British person who would like to change a northern accent to southern, or American who speaks with a Texan accent who'd like to speak with so-called general American. With such people, they can work. Or with actors who have, particular acting skills and qualifications, they can work too. With others, no, thank you very much. I don't believe you can succeed. I don't believe that working with you makes any sense. No, thank you. That was extremely surprising, disappointing, and disheartening for me. But what is even more striking is that there are people who have such beliefs, as I've mentioned just right now, but they decide to work with such clients, even though deep inside they don't believe in any success of such cooperation. But of course, they're very eager and happy to take money from such clients. And I even don't know how to call it. Are these double standards? Or it's already a hypocrisy? Because, I was thinking about some good comparison that could illustrate that situation. And I think I found one. Imagine that I'm a doctor. I'm a medical doctor whose mission should be to help other people and heal them. And I'm going to treat you. I'm going to heal you under 3 conditions: that you are fit, that you are under 50, and you eat well. Oh, and maybe like teeny tiny 4th condition that you've never smoked in your entire life. I can treat you. I can heal you. Other people? No, thank you. I'm not going to treat you. I'm not going to help you. I don't believe it makes sense. What kind of doctor would I be? What kind of accent coach is a person who doesn't really believe that they can help anybody change their accent, or who have some particular conditions, like, you must be between 20 and 30, working in humanities, traveling a lot, after music school, acting, This is not what the thing is about. For me, being a real accent trainer is exactly showing that such things are not important. And I'm very, very sad to see that there are simply inappropriate people in the field. Or maybe they were taught in the wrong way, or maybe they didn't find good examples, or maybe simply they didn't succeed enough yet. I hope yet that they get to find great devoted clients, maybe more devoted than they are, that they develop their skills and their qualifications, and they finally start to feel and see the sense of their work. Because for me, that's the most important thing about my work, that I truly believe in success of my clients, sometimes even more than the client themselves. This is the core of my work. And it was more than disappointing for me to see that for some people, apparently, money is more important than personal and professional beliefs. But well, maybe I am some kind of dreamer. Maybe, I don't know, I come from a different planet. But if that's so, then I will still be on that planet till the end of my life, believing that I can help whoever wants to be there with me. Of course, people are different. Sometimes I get to work with people with serious speech impediments, or who are hard of hearing, or even completely deaf. And then, there might be some particular limitations regarding hearing aids, regarding speech impediments, regarding anatomy simply. But then I say openly that, look, we can achieve this, and we can succeed to such and such extent. And our results might be a little bit limited, but still we are going to achieve this or that. And I'm going to be blunt with them, honest, open, but I'm going to present them this, what I truly think and believe. And I think that such kinds of transparency, honesty, should be main values for actually, I think, any job and any occupation out there. Don't you think? Well, I was supposed to share with you also positive things, and it turned out to be a little bit negative, but I need to admit that that's one of the most important findings for me, one of the most important conclusions. But as I said, there are different people with different approaches. I'm simply not sure if I am in line with this, what I saw there. Of course, I also met many other fantastic trainers who agree with what I said before about believing in success of their clients. Of course, absolutely. I would be unfair if I said that I didn't meet such ones, because of course I did. However, confronting myself with something so, strikingly different to what I personally believe was surely much more than just, pushing me out of my comfort zone. That was just something which was just completely disarming for me and simply even, I would say, shocking. And I will record a separate film about it, maybe a little bit more positive one, but for the time being, I wanted to share with you such thoughts and emotions. Enjoy your day, and see you next time.